This is Ireland's leading family-owned oil company, the Maxol Group. Established in 1920, the Macmullans offer a comprehensive range of oil and petroleum products to all sectors of the Irish market, through retail, commercial, home heat and lubricants. Today, throughout 32 counties, they operate one of the strongest networks of service stations. I'm Dan Munford. Welcome to Sandyford. Maxol has over 200 branded service stations in its network, and over 100 of these are privately owned by individuals who've selected Maxol as their chosen brand and fuel supplier. It's an interesting formula, and it works. Over here, as around the rest of the world, many of the big oil brands have headed out of the fuel convenience market, making way for regional petropreneurs to grow and develop new and innovative fuel retail propositions. And you know what? It's getting very competitive. It's tough out there. However, for the McMullen family, competition is considered healthy. And despite Ireland's current economic challenges, business is actually pretty good. Tom Noonan is Maxol's chief executive.
Well, we've been around since about 1920. We were founded by William McMullen, who started off delivering petrol from a horse and cart. And I think as a family, the McMullen family have always been very careful of not to push the boat out too far, you know, whether it was in the boom times or in the bad times. Always try and steer a steady course rather than a very elaborate course. And of course, you know, you can see from the standard that we have here, really at the bottom end of the recession in Ireland, we're still out there spending money, acquiring sites, and doing all the things that we've seen some of our competitors not doing anymore. And it's funny, I've been in Maxol for 30-odd years, and this is probably the most exciting time I've seen in it, because we've managed to develop a few parts of our business that we think have given us an overall advantage. Our new image, our financial strength, the support we have of the McMullen family in pushing the business forward, and the fact that we've come through the recession in such a strong financial position. If you looked at our accounts at the end of 2005, you would have seen our net cash position was minus 41 million euro. If you looked at our accounts at the end of 2011, our net cash position was plus 18 million. So we are cash rich. So we've been out there campaigning to find properties to buy. We've got the support of Bank of Ireland, who we've done a big new deal with, and there are very many parts of our business that have never been in a healthier position. And the relationship we've developed with another big local company, BWG, who have the franchise for Mace in Ireland, is also another strength. And we find that we're local businesses trying to really keep our heads above water, but also take advantage of the market circumstances that we find ourselves in relative, as I say, to some of our competitors.
Maxol are very proud of this. Sandyford is their new concept store based on a new set of brand guidelines, but more essentially a significant amount of customer research. What the customer needs, the customer gets, something that lies at the heart of everything Maxol is doing here. Brian Donaldson is Chief Operating Officer.
Our brand values are very simple. Our leading brand value is family. It's about nurturing relationships. It's about engagement with our customers. It's about making our sites a destination. And that's right across every level in the organisation, from the people we employ, from the contractors that we appoint, and indeed to the customers that we engage with, and equally our retailers, who are so important in our business model. So that's our leading value. Our business value is about being honourable, which everyone needs to have as a key mantra. Many people talk about being honourable, but do they actually deliver? We do. And our approach, what's our motive value? We're very open in our dealings. Here we are today, telling you everything about our business. That's our style. And in terms of where we want to go, the brand proposition is very simple. We want to champion the consumer's experience in all the communities. We have a wide range of service stations in all key locations right across Ireland. So what we wanted to try to achieve here is making our service stations at the heart of it. We just don't want to be perceived as being a fuel retailer. That's the old traditional approach. We want to be the leading convenience retailer. And to do that, we're trying to convey to today's consumers, if you come into the new Maxol, with the new Maxol Mace, or indeed the Maxol Spar that we have in Northern Ireland, you can be assured of getting a great cup of coffee, a great range of convenience lines, and equally, you will be in an environment that you feel very happy with. It'll be clean, you'll get good customer service, but equally you will feel part of that business. Where we want to be is developing relationships much closer with our community to build that loyalty. It's a two-way process, and that's where we've got to today.
This is a great cup of coffee, and the food's nice too. Retail Vision travels the world, and for regular viewers, you'll know that in-store dining and cafes are springing up everywhere. Yet you need to be really good at this to survive. Maxol have been pretty clever here, and look at this. They branded their food to go offer Moorish. As the name suggests, Moorish not only implies the food's great, but that there's plenty of choice too.
The Moorish Cafe is something which has been tremendously exciting to be involved in. And again, I must sort of congratulate our own in-house team with Des, and also with Cuisine de France, who's one of our key suppliers. And this has been work in progress for at least 8 months. And really what we decided to do here, Dan, was again look at what we're doing and how can we make it better. We actually have done quite a bit of focus groups and research in terms of what type of products would today's consumer like to see for breakfast, what would they like to see at lunchtime, but also how can we get them back to get their evening meal. Not an easy task in today's market, but one that we feel that we have to strive to try to achieve. And we're actually sitting in the Moorish Cafe. And this is the first pilot that we have. And you know, we're trying to make it bright, we're trying to make it cheery. The lighting in here is excellent. You can look out over the Wicklow Hills, on a good day that is. And you know, we're trying to create an experience. And in the summertime, you can go outside into our little coated off area here where you can feel safe and secure, and you can enjoy something from the Moorish Cafe and indeed from our Bewley's Coffee facility here.
As with around half of the Maxol network, Sandiford is licensed to a private individual who, as part of the community, puts his all into making this site a glowing success.
Well, this store, I have to say now, I expected a certain standard because I'd looked around a lot of the other newer Maxols that were around the country. But coming in here, it actually had this different feeling to it. Like when we opened it, like just the whole feel to the shop is just, it has a special ambience or something about it. I don't know what it is. Customers are absolutely elated about it. Like, you know, it's very much a store built for the area. Dundrum, Sandiford, they've hit the spot in design and the welcome. Like, the store feels very welcoming with the different features we have around it. Like, you know, the new Moorish Cafe, the seated area, the outdoor seated area. I think, you know, we have one here for the future, like, you know what I mean? And I'm sure there'll be a lot of other Maxols built on this particular prototype.
Well, as you can see, the McMullans and licensee Tony Harriott have got it together and are collectively enjoying their journey developing the Maxol brand. As always, the people here in Ireland are just so friendly, and on top of everything else, you can see it's teamwork that helps create what is an excellent customer experience.
It's such a long journey that I've travelled in the 30 years I've been with the business. I remember when I went home to tell my wife that I was going to work for Maxol, she'd never heard of Maxol. Now there isn't a person in Ireland who hasn't heard of the Maxol name.
I am absolutely fed up with people coming along and telling me how brilliant the place is, how overawed they are with the actual standard. Again, they expected a certain standard, but they never expected that to the level. I would like to think that myself, my family and my sons and daughters have, you know, a great future. We feel we have a great future working with Maxol. We would like to be involved with them for a lot of years, especially sites like, you know, I mean, when you're building to this standard, it's just so easy to retail in, like, you know.
What we have here today is the embryo of something very special. And I think it's something that we can roll out right across Ireland, north and south, which will really move Maxol well up in terms of the consumer perception of the brand. But it's just not about perception, it's about delivering. It's about making sure we engage with our customers on a long-term relationship building exercise. And I think the steps that you see here today that we've taken on re-imaging our brand identity, what we've done with Maxol Mate, what we've done with Moorish, what we're investing in terms of IT and technology, give us something very strong platform to move our business forward. So yes, I'm extremely excited and delighted to be part of it.
Well, that's it from me. I've enjoyed having a look around, and I can only wish Tom, Brian and Tony the very best as Maxol continues to progress and impress. Thanks for watching. I'm Dan Munford for Retail Vision, Sandyford in Ireland.